I've had the unusual experience of coming back to Iwo Jima a large number of times. I began to tie up with in 1985, made a trip back here with a group of Marine survivors from California. And then in 1994, I went to Japan to try to talk the Japanese into a joint reunion of honor. The young daughters, granddaughters, grandchildren, sons of the survivors of Iwo Jima, I think, are pretty well dedicated to keeping the legacy of Iwo Jima alive. And if they'll just hang in here and make it a point to make this effort to get here, to honor those who gave their lives on both sides, I think this reunion of honor could go on for a long, long time.
Friends, we gather here today to pay our respects to the young Americans and Japanese who made the ultimate sacrifice for their countries on this very ground on which we stand exactly 67 years ago. We are proud to also honor the veterans of this battle who are here with us today. We pause to remember in order to never repeat the past, so that our children and our grandchildren will never have to see another battle like Iwo Jima again. It is through daily exchange and friendship with Japan and her people that we honor the sacrifices made on this island in 1945.
We gather here today as men and women representing two great nations. Two nations who after this battle came together to build an alliance which some consider to be the most successful in the history of mankind. We return to this hallowed ground not as adversaries, but as peace-loving people. The dedication and sacrifices of those who fought here have borne peace and stability, clearly demonstrating that former enemies can become friends. But all who continue to return to Iwo Jima do so with at least one common purpose: to remember the fallen of both sides. Let us remember them today, once again. Remember what their lives were, those of complete sacrifice and selfless service, but also what their lives could have been had the two countries not been entangled in such a war. Let us also remember with the deepest respect the families and loved ones of those who fought, suffered, and died here. For they too were robbed of the treasured experience of a lifelong relationship with their loved ones.
It is with a great sense of personal honor for me to stand once again on these black sands of Iwo Jima to honor all those Americans and all those Japanese who gave their lives to their respective nations some 67 years ago. None of us were here because we chose to be here. Our military and civilian leaders put us here. And once we were here, locked in mortal combat, we did what we had to do. The defenders fought bravely, did what their emperor asked them to do. Our young men, the attackers, fought bravely, seeking to end the war and go home to their families. Our prayer today is that the souls of those who died here are resting in peace, and that the families of those men remember them only for the happiness that they shared. From time to time, our governments will have issues, but usually they are politically based, that require extended negotiations. Both governments know, however, that we are not going to allow small issues to jeopardize our long-term mutual political and economic relationship. Once again, we extend our condolences to the families of those who lost their lives here. I look forward to joining with other survivors and family members on both sides next year, and for many years to come, to pay tribute and honors to those who sacrificed their lives on this island. May our respective gods continue to hold their souls in his everlasting arms. So on.